First live look at these boys. We need a dominant performance from this team on both sides of the ball. I want to see my boy Malcolm in that starting lineup. All aboard the Malcolm Rodriguez hype train. Woo,
Yeah.
woo. He's a big boy. He's a heavyweight. You know?
a little bit girthy. You feel that? Yeah, you feel me?
The Falcons roster is pretty trash. I know it's just preseason. I know it's, don't get your hopes up. We went 4-0 with the preseason, then we went 0-16. But I need to see these guys execute this offense. This is where guys carve out their opportunities for themselves in the NFL. Hines, play tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
First day, first game, first live look at these boys.
Yes, sir. And they're going live for a full quarter.
Full quarter starters.
I'm excited for it, man. And like I said, we're gonna be live watching that game on air. Like, give us the Peyton Manning treatment, man. I know we're up against it. A lot of people be wanting to tune in for the Lions. It's the first crack of football, Detroit Lions football at least, all season. But just tune in, keep us in the background. But nonetheless, Smitty, what are you looking to see out of those starters in that first quarter? Because a couple of these guys are gonna be missing.
I'm looking to see if these guys perform. We're going up against the Falcons. The Falcons roster is pretty trash, putting it lightly. So I expect our big dogs to go out there and perform. I expect Hutch to cause some problems. That's what I want to see. I want to see Hutch in that backfield. I want to see if they're having him line up on the outside or if they're moving him around like they were at camp. I want to see these guys go out there and show that they're better than this team, that they should be better than. I want to see Hutchinson perform. I want to see Charles Harris get some of that mojo back. I want to see my boy Malcolm in that starting lineup.
Malcolm!
I want to see Malcolm in that linebacker spot starting off, playing that whole first quarter. And the offense needs to execute. I know it's just preseason. I know it's, don't get your hopes up. We went 4-0 with the preseason, then we went 0-16. But I need to see these guys execute this offense. I want to see what Jared Goff is doing, how he's moving the ball around, what's going on there. I want to see DJ Chark beating guys down the field, getting open, making contested catches, being the guy we brought in here to be. So I really need to see them perform, honestly. That first quarter, they should be performing at a high level.
Yeah, for me, it's tough, too, because, like, preseason, you can only take away so much for it.
Yes.
Our guy Adam fell victim to that last year. He was pretty damn close to calling Penei Sewell a bust after the preseason. And it's like, you can't make those types of observation games in the preseason, those types of observations from preseason, because it's vanilla offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's truly out there revealing their game plans that they're going to play week to week. They're not putting anything on tape for teams to cannibalize within the season to beat them when winning and losing actually matters. So it's tough to get those type of takeaways. But one thing I do say that I want to see is I do want to see that secondary perform a little bit. Give me a little bit something. Because I know it's going to be Manila. I know it's not the full game plan, and the same for the Atlanta as well. But that secondary has been concerning for me.
They need to show up. We need to see these guys out there making plays. Like, at least staying attached to receivers.
Yes.
Not looking like they're lost out there.
Yeah,
like, I'm not saying you go out there and you shut down these guys. We need a dominant performance from this team on both sides of the ball. No, I need to see you look comfortable. You look like you're supposed to be out there. Obviously, this is their first crack, so they're going to be rusty. There are going to be some things that happen. But you need to show us that you belong on that field.
Yes. And even if it's going to be like vanilla versus vanilla, let our vanilla be the cream of the crop, all right? Let it rise to the top and be the cream of the crop. Because it's just how it's got to be. For me, in the secondary specifically, because more so Jeff Okudah, because he is a guy that did get burned in preseason, and that Steelers game especially. And I was like, preseason, guys, don't worry. Here come regular season, burnt again against the 49ers, you know what I'm saying? Not a good sign. And it showed the case itself in preseason. And I don't want to take away too much from it, but these are some things that I'm looking forward to. The linebacking battle is another one I'm looking forward to as well. As of now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking at this is not a verified depth chart, it's the one they use on TBL, which you guys can catch from 2 to 4, Monday through Friday on the Woodward Sports Network. But they have this depth chart that shows Anzalone starting 1, Chris Board starting 2. Now, that is what we've seen in camp with Malcolm Rodriguez alternating that Chris Board spot, but Derek Barnes and Malcolm shortly after that. Anthony Pittman, Sean Deion Hamilton, are those guys going to make the team? And Jared Davis, that guy's going to make the team. Like, that's going to be what I'm looking for, too. You know, how much PT are they getting? Mm-hmm. 90 guys in this roster, man. A lot of guys got to get some work in.
There's going to be plenty of time to get the work in. Obviously, they're only going to have the starters out there for one quarter. So after that, it's going to be the David Blau show and the rest of that team. Hopefully those rookies will get some more time. Maybe they keep Aiden in a little bit over that. But, yeah, this is where guys carve out their opportunities for themselves in the NFL.
Yes.
They need to go out there and show that they belong on an NFL roster. And we have a lot of guys on that fringe bubble. So you can expect them to be seriously competing for these spots, for these reps, to go out there and prove it. But our starters, I need to see execution. Because I know the guys we have starting, I know they're players in the NFL. You know that offensive line, those are guys. You know our wide receiving core, those are guys. I need to see execution. I need to see sharpness, even in the first preseason game of the year.
You're just going to assume they're a gender like that? That's kind of messed up, man.
They're dudes.
Whoa, dude. You're going to get canceled one of these days. No, but one spot I am looking at outside of that linebacker battle, the secondary is going to be there too. We know Will Harris and Jeff Okudah are going to alternate, but the interior defensive line, obviously we know Lee McNeil's going to head into the season as a starter. Michael Brockers may start. We've seen Aiden. Aiden hasn't been as much of a defensive end or edge rusher as, like, you know, he's been sold to us as. Aaron Glenn's been moving him inside, and he's been successful inside. Now, I don't know how much of that they're going to actually showcase in preseason because, again, you don't want to show your hand in preseason games for other teams to have that tape on you. But aside from that, I want to know who's going to take Levi Onwuzurike's role because he does not look like it's a good situation, man.
Yeah.
He had the back injury when we drafted him, held him out a couple times last year. In the time they did perform last year, I'm not going to hold this against him. It is his rookie year, and obviously had an ongoing back issue, but only, I think, got one sack in the entire year. Limited gameplay. We saw he was limited in OTAs. He stayed here in Detroit, rehabbing that back the entire offseason. We get here, training camp, day one in pads, tweaks the back again, and has been sitting out ever since. And so whoever's in that interior role starting this game alongside Lee McNeil is probably going to be one of the main guys throughout that first quarter and the rest of the game as well. So definitely looking for some production out of that interior spot. And just because, too, if Charles Harris can reproduce the season that he had last year, the 7.5 sacks, and Aiden's what he's supposed to be, you want those interior guys getting dirty, demanding double teams so they can get those one-on-one matchups to succeed. So interior guys like Josh Cornell, Bruce Hector, Demetrius Taylor, Isaiah Buggs. Not confident in any of those names I just said. But who's my John Kaminsky? John Kaminsky's going to be in there. And actually, this depth chart I know is wrong just because I've been watching the Lions defense, and this isn't the way they've been structuring themselves when they're out there. But, yeah. Yeah,
I want to see – I'll be looking a lot at Lee McNeil to see him stepping up, to see him going after that interior of the offensive line. Because he's a big boy. He's a heavyweight, you know. We got to rep those heavyweights.
Yes, Lord.
And so, yes, Lord. So I want to see him in this new system making plays in the middle of that defense because that will be a huge factor of this defense. If he can create pressure from the middle, it makes everybody else's job easier. So I want to see him getting in there, getting nasty, and making plays. But like you said, man, Levi, it's a little concerning. So because back injuries, those can be bad. Those can last for a long time, especially for big guys. Like a back injury can put you down for a while. You might never get right. You might have surgery after surgery. I have a friend with a robot back, and his is still bugging him all the time. So it's tough. It's tough for to see a guy like that, a high draft pick, a guy you invested a lot in, to not be able to get on the field, not be able to stay healthy. It pains you. But we have guys behind him that might be able to step up.
Yeah, Kaminsky's the one. I see guys in the chat too. D. Smitty, John Kaminsky, got to watch out for. That's a guy that Dan Campbell said to keep an eye out for. That's a guy he has that great. And I think we read it in the back yesterday. 8 teams when that guy got cut were in waiver in line to grab that guy. So a high commodity. I've seen him out there in camp, but nothing eye-popping. And I think it's similar to what Dan Campbell was saying about his situation too. Is like you're not going to see these eye-popping plays from Kaminsky. He's just more that guy to. We're former defensive linemen. We're heavyweights. We know the role. Sometimes you just got to fill the gap.
Yeah.
Although this is attacking defense,
fill that gap.
Sometimes you don't get a little bit girthy and fill that gap. You feel me? But John Kaminsky, so far in camp, he's been doing that, and he got praises from the head coach for that. So I was going to ask you to make this poll, but it might be a little difficult for you to make because I know. But I was wondering, like, what are you guys more concerned? I think everyone's concerned is more so on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes.
So what group is it? Is it the defensive line? Is it the linebacking core, that secondary? Nips, I see you on your phone there. You have an answer to this one? Which core are you more concerned about in the defensive end, or who are you keeping an eye on?
I think a lot of the defense, honestly. I want to see second year under Glenn if they're going to be performing to that same capacity and everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a preseason game, so I'm not going to take too much away. I'm going to be very careful with that sort of thing because we've seen that sort of thing where you look really good in the preseason and then nothing in the regular season.
Yeah.
But I like all your guys' points. I want to see a little bit of Malcolm Rodriguez as well at linebacker. But another preseason game to watch for. Kenneth Walker is going to be the starter. He's going to be getting a lot of snaps as well. Pete Carroll's happy with his pass game blocking as well. There, because Rashad Penny went down with a groin injury very recently.
Rashad Penny.
Yeah, so that's
Rashad Penny.
it's going to be interesting to watch. But preseason is preseason. Don't take too much from it. That's my one takeaway, I would say.
I'm obviously most concerned about the linebackers. It's we've been preaching, all aboard the Malcolm Rodriguez hype train. Woo,
Yeah.
woo, but it's it's still a rookie, and he's still a 6th-round rookie. And if that guy, who we think is going to be good, who we want to be good, is the best guy in your room, that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
He's so damn good, though. I'm not that concerned.
He is very good. He looks very good.
He's promising.
He's promising. Yeah. We'll have to see it on the field first, but it's tough when you got guys in front of him like Alex Anzalone and Chris Board.
It's a lot of competition. Right now,
that he could take a spot from.